Greetings from Barzu world. Today I'll tell you about my visit to Boston, Massachusetts, where I met an extraordinary craftswoman from Central Asia. Recently, two organizations, the Boston Kazakh Cultural Foundation and the Great Silk Road Craft, invited me to Boston to introduce my children's book Orange and Blue, The World of Barzu, and discuss Central Asian culture. I was happy to see such a large audience, including families with children, come out and spend their Saturday with me. The idea to invite me came from Zilola Ashurova, who was born in Uzbekistan and still practices the art of Suzani, a beautiful form of embroidery native to Central Asia. I had the privilege of staying with Zilola and meeting her beautiful family. Her little daughters, Hadija and Lola, and her husband, Rustam, who cooked plov, the traditional rice dish, for lunch. I'd like to share with you my conversation with Zilola about her cultural heritage and her efforts to promote the embroidery art of her homeland in the US.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for inviting me to Boston and for organizing this event together with the Kazakh Cultural Foundation, Nowruz. I wanted to ask questions about your craftsmanship and about embroidery that you are making. What was your first introduction into the world of embroidery, into the world of beautiful Suzani?
As I was born in Bukhara, Bukhara is very famous with its handicraft, embroidery, gold embroidery, like pottery and different kind of things. I learned watching my grandmas doing embroidering when I was around 5 or 6 years old, and there I became interested in this field.
In this kind of art.
Yes.
You told me that your grandmother, she had 11 kids, and basically she had to earn money herself because her husband died early. So she had to provide for herself and for her children. So she opened like a workshop. It was an entire workshop.
Right.
Where everybody worked, right?
Yeah.
The daughters-in-law, all her own daughters, daughters-in-law,
granddaughters.
The entire family was there. So, when was the first time when they gave you the opportunity to start doing the needlework?
Like I was at the age around 6, maybe. They gave me a small piece. With a flower on it and some leaves. So
this is actually Zilola Suzani with paradise birds and pomegranate. Is pomegranate your favorite pattern, your favorite ornament?
It is, yes. Because it's very traditional design. The pomegranate design.
This is
so you
one
can
on silk.
Yeah, you can make different styles. So in the pomegranate itself, it's round, and you can add more details in it, or you can make like half open pomegranate and put some seeds with the pomegranate fruits, and you can make different colors. Even sometimes I make blue pomegranates. Not as usual,
I see that pomegranate on this Suzani is quite different from this one.
Yeah.
You can use your imagination and your creativity to produce
and
different
all your
pomegranates.
Feelings you put in the embroidery. What you feel at that time when you're drawing it and choosing the colors.
This is so beautiful. How much time does it take you to finish one piece of this size?
Right now, as I am mom of two little daughters, and I'm
How old are they?
5 and 2.
5 and 2. Little Lola and Khadija, they're running around. We are hiding them in a separate room.
Right. So it's like full-time job being a mom.
Of course.
So I don't have much time right now. So it can take me from 1.5 to 2 months to make this piece of work. Like whenever I have time, like I sit on my work and I do embroidering, like about an hour or hour and a half a day.
I like the combination of colors on this Suzani.
Yeah,
very nice.
And
blue colors,
embroidering doesn't take too much time. Actually, putting your imagination into the
That's
piece
because
of fabric.
she's an expert. That's why it doesn't take much time. If you let me do that, it will take forever.
It's just thinking of the design of the what you want to draw, and after drawing, what colors you want to choose.
Yeah,
that takes time.
And you can do it on different fabric, right? This one is on silk, for example, and
this is cotton.
This is on cotton,
right?
And completely different impression from
this
these
is very
two different
smooth silk.
Yes. Which one do you prefer, to work on cotton or to work on silk?
I think working on cotton because when you work on the cotton, the needle doesn't slide. Like working on silk, it's a little bit difficult.
So silk requires more skills, right?
Yeah.
More attention.
Yeah, right. You have to be very careful.
More focused.
Yeah, because this silk is done on the loom, like hand woven silk. So it's like you put in your mind that it's very expensive fabric when it's done handmade, and you have to be very careful on it.
So even the silk itself is also handmade. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of technique and needlework do you use to produce different patterns?
So from the ancient time there were schools divided into regions, like Bukhara style school, Samarkand or Urgut school, or Shahrisabz school, Kokand school, or Tashkent school. It was in the ancient times, and they each of them had their own style of or design of embroidery. And nowadays it's all mixed up, modernized. They are doing more marketable things, and there are mostly three kind of stitches are used in the embroidering, in the needlework. They are coaching, like this. It's very simple. Like they coach, they put straight threads, like threading. And this one, they are crisscross stitches. Mostly they do in
crisscross stitches.
Yes, in the Shahrisabz, and it's called also Iraqi style. And this is my favorite one, is chain stitch. So chain stitch. So it's kind of easy to
you can see better in the camera the chain stitch. Great, wonderful. So, which school do you follow? Which school did your grandmother follow? And so, which traditions do you use when you produce your own, Suzani?
Of course, Bukhara style tradition.
Bukhara style.
Yeah, but I try right now modernizing more, because these birds, it's very modern. I put birds, deers, peacocks, because in animal creature ornaments, they are usually used in the kind of Russian or
creature ornaments.
Yes.
Like animal patterns.
Yes. They are usually used in the Russian style or Ukrainian style embroidering. So I'm kind of making innovation, putting all together.
Why are you doing that? Why don't you just stick to the old tradition and introduce new and why do you borrow patterns from other cultures? Why do you do that?
Because as I am in the US, there are more people, international people. They want all the different kind of things. Like some of them they love like mostly Uzbek traditional. Some of them something like modernized with some innovation. But they love both. It's also depending on the market.
You are trying to meet the expectations of people who live here and who come from different parts of world, right?
Right.
So this is beautiful. This is actually a perfect example again how Suzani masters, they continue this tradition of ancient tradition of Suzani in Central Asia, where they borrow styles from Europe and from Asia and they put into one piece and create this beautiful embroidery. So in my mind, Zilola actually continues the tradition, introducing new patterns and giving Suzani a new look, new life. If you are in Boston on March 23rd, please come and find me and Zilola at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. We will be there celebrating spring and talking about Central Asian embroidery. How do you say bye-bye in Uzbek language? Sağ olun is in Kazakh language.
Sağ olun, hayır.